Alright, today's video is on scaling on a graph or a coordinate grid. So we're going to try and figure out how should we properly label that by using the amount of spaces that we have so that we can fit all of our data in the either the number line or the graph that we're trying to use. Alright, let's take a look at our first example. So I have the 14 is on this spot, and then I have the 26 that's on this spot. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to subtract them. So 26 minus 14 is going to bring me to 12. Okay. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to count how many spots do I have in between. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm counting this spot that is in between. So that means I have 3 different segments that this 12 is going to be divided among. And because I said that it's going to be divided among, that means I'm going to take 12 divided by 3, which is going to bring me to 4. So when I'm trying to do my scaling on this one, I'm going to go by 4. So my first one is 14 minus 4, which is going to bring me to 10. And then 14 plus 4 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. 26 plus 4 is 30. 30 plus 4 is 34. Okay? So that's how we just did our scaling for that number line. All right, let's take a look at our next example. And we have 63 is right here. And we have 98. So 98 and 63, we want to subtract those. So I have 5, 9 minus 6 is 3. So then I end up with 35. Now, I want to look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in between. And with those 5 spaces, we are going to divide by 5, which is going to bring my answer to 7. So now we are going to count by 7. So 63 minus 7 is going to bring me to 56. 63 plus 7 is going to bring me to 70. 70 plus 7 is 77. 77 plus 7 is going to bring me to 84. 84 plus 7 is going to bring me to 91. 91 plus 7 is going to bring me to 98. So therefore my scaling is proper there. All right, now we're going to do the same thing to a coordinate grid. So we're going to look at our coordinate grid. Okay, so if I'm just looking at the x-axis, that is 12. And when I count my spaces, I have 1, 2, 3 spaces. So, and if every graph has to start at 0, I would have 12 minus 0, which leaves me with 12. So I'm going to take 12 divided by my 3, which is going to give me 4. So my numbers are going to go by 4s. So 4, 8, and then 12. Okay? Now I do the same thing going up. So I have 1, 2 places in between the 10. Again, 10 minus 0 is going to give me that same number. So 10 divided by 2, which is going to bring me to 5. So 5 is my scale here. Okay? So my scale is what does each line represent? So in this case, each line is going to represent on my x-axis, it is going to represent 4. On my y-axis, it is going to represent 5. Okay? So my scale is how much each line represents. All right, here is the last problem I have for you for today. And again, we're looking at a coordinate plane. And we are going to look at our x-axis. So I have the 1 here. If I number it off, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places in between. So now I'm going to take my 1 divided by 5. And 1/5 as a fraction is the decimal of 0.2. So each one of these lines is going to be 0.2 and going all the way up to 1. Now when I go to my y-axis, I have 1, 2, 3 lines. So I'm going to take 9 divided by 3. So that means it's going to go by 3s. So 3 and 6. Okay? So my x-axis scale is what does each one of these little lines represent. So in this case, it is 0.2 or 1/5. And my y-axis scale, is going to be each one of these, which is 3. Okay? So this way I can make my graph big enough so that I can adjust it so that all of my data makes it on there. Alright? Hopefully this video doesn't spook you out too much, and it helps you to understand what and how to do your scaling on a graph or number line.